You must be wondering, how can I find myself in a situation like this? Wemmbu hovering on top of me, ready to mace me. Well, in order to understand this situation, we'll have to go back approximately 30 minutes prior. Now, I was within a bedrock box, as usual, like people do within the event starting and everything. So I was just waiting to get teleported because we were told to be on standby because we would be teleported any second. And boom, the teleportation happened. So we all appeared within the walls that surrounded the Northern Council. Now, fun fact, during this time, I had no clue that we were indeed actually within the Northern Council. So I decided, why not just stick with the current group of people that was around me? You see this small group of people? Yes, I'm going to be sticking close to them because I wanted to know how I would be safe because this was indeed my first event. Now, the one of the first things that was told to us was do not fall off the wall or we will be kicked. So I decided, let's follow this rule to a perfect T and stick with the small group of people I had. Only problem, I was now with a different group of people. So I decided to like walk over there towards like the back corner, and we were told to take our armor off and wait in invis until like the event started. So I did exactly that and started to roam around the walls. I checked the names there: Egg, Flame, Lettuce, Minute. Everybody was there, and I was like, huh, pretty weird. Everybody's over here. That means that they all must go into spectator or something just to be able to watch the event, and that's probably why people on the Unstable SMP like Spoke and Wemmbu, whose POVs we watch, were not using the tab anymore to be able to see what players were nearby them or something. I don't know. So I decided, why not just walk across this perimeter to be able to at least spend time properly, because at this point I was like extremely bored. I'd already been waiting half an hour prior to this. So yeah, the over an hour of waiting, and I had high expectations for my first ever event on the Unstable SMP. It was around at this time that I checked that my invisibility was about to run off. So I didn't know what would happen to me if my invisibility did end up running out. So I decided, let's go inside of one of these castle type areas and crouch. Now, what I am about to do next, let me tell you this right now. This is what an idiot would do in this type of circumstance. Do not put your sneak to toggle, because the second I did, we were told go time. I immediately switched on my armor, put on my shield, and started to set up my inventory. So I decide, yeah, now we jump down. I just take the one heart of damage, which immediately heals thanks to the saturation. And this is when I realize something big. Right there. Boom. Theobald blows up two players, and I'm like, oh, I must be in a parrot video. That makes sense. That's amazing. And then the second those death matches disappear, boom, minute. And then I realize the situation I'm in. I'm in the final battle of the Unstable SMP Season 2 King's Arc. And boom, Flame's right there. That was my point proven. I tried to charge into Flame, but Flame spear boosts. So I just turned the other way. Theobald blows up four more players, and this is why I'm like, oh, this shit's turning serious. And I see Wemmbu flying over my head, and I decide, yeah, that's the guy I'm charging. I decide to go over to the direction where I thought he flew, but since the render distance was pretty iffy, I didn't know where he was. There he was again. I see Lettuce land in front of him. He tried to mace, but then he flies away. God of War lands, and I'm like, yeah, this is our chance to try and hit him. He hits me once. I try to hit him again. He maces the person right in front of me, maces the person right in the back, maces the front guy again, and boom, here we are again. Now that you guys know exactly where we were when I started the video, now we can continue on. I immediately get maced and half of my health gets taken out. So I immediately rush off and decide to eat a gapple right then and there. I decide to try and chase after Wembu, but Wembu ran towards the other way. So when I jump over this cliff, for a very small second, I was able to see Prince Zam right there, so I decided to charge after him. I hear TNT explosion behind me. I look back, I take 2 hearts of damage and I block it. I immediately grapple up, and then I knew that healing was going to be pretty important when I saw Minute Tech, so I decided to charge him as well. It was at this moment that I realized I need to start playing it safer because I saw Parrot being absolutely ping ponged around by like a bunch of people, so yeah. Now it was at this point that I started to like run towards the middle area since I didn't know where I was at. So I decided to like go towards like this TNT block, and then that's where I saw him. Spoke is here. This was my chance to prove that I could stand up against the people, the main characters of the Unstable SMP, and prove that I am superior. What did you all expect? I am not the main character to be dealing with Spook. So I decided to run into the other direction, and then I saw him. The man, the myth, the legend, the true unstable SMP main character, Egg John. This was a fight I decided not to back down from. Egg was extremely strong, so much so that his aura made it so that I could not hit him. He had activated Gojo's Infinity or something, but that's when I saw that it was not Infinity, it was the lag that was created from Wembu's Orbital Strike Cannon, and so many people died. So yeah, I survived Wembu's Orbital Strike Cannon. I have the liberty to say that. Now, nothing really important started happening from here. I guess I did indeed fight Horus. After Horus, I actually faced off with Wembu again. Even Egg too. But you know what they say, all good things indeed do come to an end, and I died very soon after. So, yeah, that was my POV on how I participated in the final battle of the Unstable SMP. All in all, I really did enjoy the event a lot. It was really fun to participate within this final battle, and being on Lettuce's side, it was an interesting experience to say the least for a person like me who has never ever participated in events like this before. Which I think, from seeing how inexperienced I was, it was probably very obvious. Thank you to the Unstable creators for letting me participate within this event, and if I indeed do get a chance to ever participate in an event like this again, I most certainly will. So yeah, that said, everybody, thank you for having watched my video to the end, and see you next time, hopefully. Bye.